Alright, so we've got a trash-picked HP laptop. I know nothing about this laptop other than the fact that it's a Core i5 and it has Windows 7 on it, because that's what the stickers tell me right here. I'm not sure what Core i5 it is, I'm not sure what generation, not sure how much RAM it has. Hopefully it's got 8, but we'll find out. This was a trash find, just a laptop, so right off the bat I needed a charger for it. Took a quick look at the back, noticed it had the, I believe that's 7.4 or 7.5 millimeter HP jack. That's a pretty common power jack for the HP. I wasn't sure if it was going to be a 65 watt or a 90 watt, so I just bought the 90 watt. It was the same price either way, and it's not going to do any damage if it was the 65 watt and I get the 90 watt. If it was the 90 watt and I got the 65 watt, then it could. So it's safer just to get the 90 watt, and if it's the same price, you might as well. The thing has a lot of ports on it. It's definitely a thick laptop, very heavy. It's a 15.6 inch. It's got RJ45 network jack, Ethernet jack, DVD drive, 2 USB ports. Those ones do say super speed, so those are USB 3, even though they're not blue. They don't always have to be blue to be USB 3. Got headphone microphone jack, nothing up front, some activity lights, and the latch to unlock it. This is a little unique on the side here. It has a, what is that, an express card slot and a super card slot below it. We got VGA. That is a combination USB and eSATA port. That was a weird thing around this time. We have a FireWire port. Again, that tells us this is definitely a little bit older, but yeah, it looks like a 4-pin FireWire 400. A couple more USB ports at the back here. There is an SD card slot hiding there. We have a DisplayPort port. That's nice. And a 9-pin serial port. One of the pins in there is bent, but I don't think anyone's going to be using that anyways. And RJ11 phone jack. On the bottom, it's got a dedicated docking port, and this has no screws to take the whole bottom panel off, which is pretty, makes it very easy to work on. This is definitely like a business class laptop, something that the IT departments would want to do work and clean and maintenance on. It's got one latch that looks like it would be to unlock the battery, but it's actually just to open the bottom. So that comes off. Again, no screws required. Inside looks like the fan's really clean, spins freely. Only one stick of RAM in there, so again, I'm not hopeful that's going to be 8 gigs. I could check now, but I'm just going to wait till we get Windows installed and let it surprise me. Same with the processor. I don't know what generation Core i5 is in there. I'm going to guess it's like second to maybe 4th generation, but we'll see once we get Windows installed. And there's the hard drive, so let's get that out. Screws do not want to come out, they seem to be captured. It's got a little pull tab here. There we go. That is a Hitachi 7200 RPM. Looks like 320 gigabyte. Anyways, let's swap this SSD in there, and then we'll install Windows 10 on it. Alright, so we got the SSD in there. Pop this back on. Strange this is. Almost feels like metal, but it's not. It's like carbon or something. Carbon reinforced plastic. Got the charger plugged in. And we got Windows 10 on a USB stick. Where is the ones that were USB 3 on this side? I'll turn this thing on. Let's see, boot device options F9. Boot off of the USB stick. Alright, there we go. So we will install Windows 10 and we'll come back when it's done. Alright, I should mention this laptop is for my aunt. She's going to be paying me for the parts and the time for installing Windows 10. But anyways, all the updates are done. We got Windows 10 Professional installed. This had Windows 7 Professional. So this is Windows 10 Professional is activated. I did have to put the Windows 7 key in. Luckily that was on a sticker underneath the battery. Actually, that was pretty quick. I was going to say it didn't quite feel like it was as quick as my Lenovo T440. That's a 4th generation Core i5 with 8 gigs of RAM. But I still don't know exactly what's in this. There was one pleasant surprise. Let me just zoom in here for you. So in Device Manager, some of the drivers aren't installed. It's mostly like the modem and the serial bus for that serial port. Not too worried about that for now. All the sound works, the networking works. It is dual band Wi-Fi, so it's got the 5 gigahertz on there. But the surprise was we got AMD Radeon HD 6470M. Didn't expect that because, you know, there was no sticker indicating. Usually you'd have a sticker for the AMD Radeon graphics, you know, beside the Core i5 sticker. Anyways, again, this is Windows 10 Professional and it is activated. We've got 198 gigabytes free on that 240 gigabyte SSD. And gave the web camera a quick test. Web camera is working, so that's good. And I installed Google Chrome, of course. Do the mandatory YouTube test here. Again, not bad. Maybe not quite as fast as my T440, but it's got a better graphics chip in it. Ooh, 1080p 60. Let's see if that pushes it.
Your instructor is one of the Your reputation precedes you.
I have to admit I wasn't expecting an invitation back.
They're called orders.
Seems alright, actually. Oh yeah, one thing I did notice when I was looking at the camera up here. It's got the old style light that shines down on the keyboard. That leads me to believe probably not 4th gen. So I'm still thinking second or 3rd gen Core i5. Well, I guess we'll find out, won't we? I genuinely have not checked yet. Not even sure about the RAM, like I said, but I don't think it's going to be 8. So, it is a Core i5 2540M, so a 2nd generation Core i5, and 4 gigs of RAM. Yeah, but you know what? For basic use, it's probably not too bad. Definitely, you know, having a solid-state drive in there is going to help. When you do fill your RAM up and you hit the page file, you're hitting the page file on a solid-state drive, not on a hard drive. So, you know, with 4 gigs of RAM, a solid-state drive is going to help, you know, even more than if it had more RAM. And yeah, the CPU is decent. I mean, 2nd gen i5. It's a couple years older than my T440. But yeah, it's in really good shape and runs pretty well. Really decent for what it is. Anyways, I guess that's it.